Hustle Man's in the house, man. Look, we got a special guest today. We got Shane, WestCoast McClain, super producer, man. What's going on, fam? Look at you.
What's good with you, bro?
Look at you. Long hair, don't care. I see what's going on with you. Making me look like I ain't got nothing. I used to have long hair back in the day, but it's gone. I'm faded.
Yeah.
All faded.
I see you.
So let me know, man. Let people know who you worked with in the past.
Yeah, well, like the beginning of my career was like in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
First person ever gave me a check really was the homeboy Terry Carter. Rest in peace, Terry Carter.
Yes, sir.
TCA Heavyweight Records. And that was like my first professional check.
Right.
With him, like Terry Carter, like I worked with Short Chop, Shaq, Ice Cube, Dub C, Mac 10, all under heavyweight through a VA heavyweight.
Okay.
And then heavyweight with Terry, he acquired a joint venture with the company TVT.
Okay.
And TVT Records were part of the management squad for the Eastsiders.
Okay.
So that's what kind of plugged me in from there to work with the Eastsiders, Goldie, Low, Contrady, and Snoop Dogg, the big Snoop Dogg.
Right.
From that, I was like a young person. Around then, I was a teenager still.
Okay.
So, and I lived in Compton. So I branched out and ended up working with a Compton native. Mm-hmm. Very, very known, very reputable, genius at times. DJ Quick and G1. Okay. And we started working a whole lot, doing a lot of stuff. While I was with Quick and G, I had the chance to work with Mossberg, had a chance to work with Sugar Free. Okay. And then like all of the instrumentalists that played an integral part of the music back then, like Rob Bacon, and like some of the other cats, But from there, I think I went back to work and in the interim, I worked at a youth center called a place called Home out in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And there is where I ran into a really, really good friend of mine. Her name is Catherine Goldwyn. Mm-hmm. And me and Catherine, I call her Crick Dog, but me and Catherine did a lot of work together. And she ended up starting a non-profit of which we did a compilation project. We had got donations from a couple friends of mine at Death Row, Miss Chalet, and AJ and Free from 106 in Park.
Gotcha.
To help facilitate like some of the stuff that we were doing up there at the youth center. Mm-hmm. But we put a compilation together, and another good friend of mine that was known for his song with Paris Hilton, Juan G. From Haiti. Okay. I pulled him in on the project. Matter of fact, he was just in the midst of doing 106 in Park the day that I pulled him in. On the project. Okay.
You got pulled like that?
Yeah, he pulled up to the spot. Yeah, pulled up to the spot on purpose. You know what I'm saying? On purpose.
Pulling you in, come on.
He pulled up to the spot, parked all on the grass in the Rolls Royce. Like, yeah, this is where the Rolls Royce belong, on the lawn. You know what I'm saying? Rocking Tupac's Rolex chain and bracelet, But a little bit after that is when I started to like venture around. I was still doing work with Snoop and the Eastsiders. Okay. But I started like moving around. So shout out to all the homies over there at Aftermath. Right. My homie Seagal. Mm-hmm. Mikhail, my from there to I gained Compton, artist. Okay. Another good friend told me about a kid that I had already knew about, but I wasn't working with.
Okay.
But talk about a kid by the name of Jason Mark. Right now he goes by Problem.
Right.
You know, elaborate on that. Yeah, like, so that was a good time with me, Ed, Kai, Big D. You know, shout out to the Deranged family.
Yeah.
You know, we had a lot of fun. Problem, that was, you know, he was a very, very, very creative and eclectic cat.
Okay.
And then after, like, we were working together, is when I picked up on the fact that we kind of already knew each other through another common friend of mine, super producer, dope producer by the name of Terrace Martin. Because me and Terrace were working together independently, and we were doing stuff over there at Doghouse.
Okay. So let me ask you this. You've been around all these superstars, man. Look, you've been around these superstars, and you're making superstars too. You know, as you got that superstar juice with you, your aura is you keeping it moving and you flowing. You picking up new artists from LA to Compton to all the way to Las Vegas. What keeps you so grounded and humble?
Reality, you know, like you got to stay focused on reality. I never was caught up in like the star stuff.
Right.
Like, to me, even when I first got in working with the East Siders and stuff, like, though the East Siders were multi-platinum at the time, they were still Keywan and Tracy to me. You know, I knew their family.
Right.
You know, I would go over Godie's parents' house. You know what I'm saying? So I knew his mom. I knew his brother.
Yeah.
You know, rest in peace to one of his brothers. But, you know, I knew his dad.
You going back.
So, like, they were regular people. So if they're regular people and he's platinum, then who then am I?
Right.
You know, I'm a regular person too. So you can't lose sight of the fact that the money, none of that stuff really make you. You make you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what always kept me kind of grounded, you know, when my head didn't go all in the clouds and stuff. Like, I always was able to amass a lot of stuff, you know, studio equipment, money, and houses and cars and all that stuff. But even if I didn't have none of that, like, that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm still Shane WestCoast McClain.
Yeah. What made you want to venture off, leaving LA and then jumping to Vegas? What made you transition from that?
Well, honestly, I did a transition to Hawaii before I went to Vegas, and that's what brought about the Vegas.
Okay.
Like, for a lot of people that don't know, out there in the islands in Hawaii, their vacation is Las Vegas.
Right.
So Las Vegas is like the ninth island, you know, they call it. But it was being out there in Hawaii, working with a lot of the top cats out there, Fiji, CLC, you know, Laga Surveyor, you know, like, a lot of the early to,
right. Okay.
You know, and even coming to Vegas, I didn't really know what to expect. I'm glad that I did.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the Vegas scene like right now? I mean, you do a lot of cats in Vegas come to LA, or do like LA cats go to Vegas to network and do a thing together, or do they keep it separate?
Yeah, it's a lot of both. There are a lot of mix of people from California and from other states out here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of people that are hybrid from Vegas, like, may not be born here, but, like, you know, came here, lived here for, you know, over a decade or so, and filled out the Vegas music scene and just wanted to graduate and go, you know, and do something different and go to California to touch that LA, you know, Hollywood, all the rest of that, you know.
Okay.
So there is a big like segue in between the two, but Vegas is Vegas.
Yeah.
You know.
Right about that. Vegas
yeah,
is
they turned up.
everything. You can have death in Vegas. You can have love in Vegas. You can get a mansion in Vegas. You can get turned up in Vegas. I mean, it's just like it's LA, but on a smaller scale. In 1 3-mile radius.
Yeah. Like if it wasn't for if it wasn't for the fact that Vegas is not as as like LA is, it's in a sense.
Okay.
Because